drinking water with weight gain. I'm wearing pulling furs.
I'm in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Welcome back. In Black America Radio, it's the host, Rasta B. It is November 17th, 2017. Today's just a general show, pretty much. We're going to deal with general topics. Guest call-in number 646-716-4654. But yeah, we're going to talk about various things. We're going to talk about the Let's Meet a Black Person thing. I don't know if you heard about that. We're going to build on that. We're going to read some from the Martin Luther King book, continue through that chapter, just so you have an understanding of what the civil rights mind frame was and the plan in the phases that was enacted to get to where we at. Martin Luther King was assassinated, and a lot of times the people was taking on his blueprint, but not really bringing the spirit of who he is with it. And this man was really questioning. This was more of a, I think this path might work, I'm not sure, type of situation. It wasn't a stamp guarantee, this is what we're supposed to do. So that's what I like to demonstrate when I read that book. And we're going to talk about the articles of impeachment, and just various stuff, basically. Again, the guest calling number 646-716-4654. But before we do anything, I got to bring in my cold smoke. Smoke, are you there?
Yes, sir. What's up? I gotta say that shit quick.
You know what I'm saying? You get time and stuff just to be like, man. At the end, I'm not pause, but it's like you just hear the clapping and shit.
Yeah.
Crazy. But man, how's the week?
Sure, man. Good week, man. I'm looking forward to next week, so I can have a couple of days off. But it was a good week. I mean, it's always a long ass work week. But I mean, other than that, you know what I'm saying, it was pretty good. I ain't complaining too much, man. I was just tripping because I saw this. Before I was logging into the show or whatever, and I saw this article about Michael Vick and how this cat paid back all his bread from his from when he went from all the creditors that he owed from his whole shit from when he went to jail. So they're saying that he paid back like $17.4 million out of $17.6 million. And like one of the consultants was saying that that never happens. It's like he gave like a percentage of 1 out of 100 cases, like where somebody would even pay that close to that much back. So I'm like, damn, they raped Vick, man. They raped my man. He took everything from that cat. Yeah. He made 50 when he got out of jail. He made $50 million, and so he had to pay back 17.4. So taxes and all that. That's a big sum, but at least he out of that debt, though. You know what I'm saying? That had me tripping.
Yeah, at least he out of that. At least he out of that, so he ain't gotta be cooning on TV anymore. You know what I'm saying? Stuttering, talking about, you just gotta put your head down and cut the braids off. Cut the braids off.
Yeah,
You don't need those braids.
Cut it off.
Nigga, yeah, now forget it. Look, we out here like, that nigga Vick cooning and shit. Nah, that nigga Vick trying to pay us $17.5 million. that nigga counting that shit. He was like, fucking $1 million. $4 million. They said, Michael Vick, what do you think about Kevin Collins? That nigga said, he should leave dogs alone. He should cut his hair off. Cut the braids off? Shit. What else is like, nigga, what are you talking about? Live the straight and narrow. What are you talking about? What the hell? Whatever. But now we understand. $17.6 million in debt. Now we understand. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, only thing on his mind was how much he owed. He is like, yo, I can't wait to get to I'll be able to stack bread again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, cause that's how you got to look at debt too. If you paid off $17.56 million, then that's $17.56 million that you could have saved. You know what I'm saying? You could have put that bread up. That's how I be looking at it. You know what I'm saying? You got a credit card. Let's say you got a $2,000 credit card debt, and then you work, bust your ass, pay that shit off. But your saving account is only $200. Nah, you need to pay your saving account like you pay these bills. You know what I'm saying? And allocate you a good $100, depending on what you make, $100, $200 out of your check. On average, it's probably going to be $100 out of your check. Put that shit in your saving account. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit straight up in your savings, or you know how I say, put that shit in a CD and let that shit accumulate. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit accumulate. I say a CD for in case, you know, when you're in the poor side of the game and you might need some money down the line, then at least you could be like, yo, my shit mature in the winter. So in the beginning of tax time, you do your taxes, you be like, yo, let me put $3,000 in the CD. You might be a bad saver, right? Put the $3,000 in your CD and put that shit for like a 6-month. That's how long you keep it in your CD.
Term.
Term, right? That's the name of it. A 6-month term. You know what I'm saying? And then 6 months later, that's towards the winter time. That's the end of the year. Let's look at your situation. If your situation ain't good, and you're like, you know what, I can handle it. Then increase it to a year and give yourself a year and see. You know what I'm saying? If not, it could be 6 months. The term is up in 6 months. That's towards the let's say November, December, some shit like that, October. And then you need that bread. At least you got that option, you know what I'm saying, because of a decision that you made earlier in that year. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting that bread, and the next thing you know, you want to spend it on certain stupid.
They make it less liquid and shit, because if you busted terms of agreement to take money out, you're going to take a hit. So you'll find another option instead of, you know, pulling out of the CD. You might say, well, forget those sneakers, because the loss I'm going to take is going to cost the amount of these sneakers or something. You know, you will be more likely to just break it if necessary for something that's an emergency or, you know, something you really need. It won't be a frivolous purchase. You know, when you got that money right there, it's like, oh, let me hit the ATM, it's only $100, it's on it. Next thing you know, it's all gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
You're going to chip away at it. You're going to chip away at it. And then another thing for the people out there, you know, I just got this. We had a little refresher at the JO. So they were talking about with your credit, your debt, and all kind of shit. So they were saying like what you could do is, and I wonder if this is what they're paying. A lot of these people is paying people to do. When they be like, yo, you pay this person, and they'll have your shit jump up in a couple of weeks. Like, I want black people to understand it. There's no shortcut into cleaning your credit. Like, literally, there's no shortcut. There's tricks, but there's no shortcuts. So here's a trick. If you got bad credit, or your credit's low, I should say, not so much if you got bad credit, but if your credit's low, and you got a lot of debt. Yeah, you got a high debt to income ratio, which is something that you need to be working on. But if you got a high debt to income ratio, but you need to get a car, you don't want to get hit with the fucking high finances or whatever, interest rates or whatever. What you do is this. You put all of your bad debt in dispute. So you get your credit report, and once you order your credit report from, the three major credit unions, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, or you you go to like, what's that free credit one, Smoke?
I think it's like freecreditreport.com, I think it is.
Yeah, like freecreditreport.com.
Yeah, if you just type in like free annual credit report or free credit report, it'll bring up those sites or whatever. There's a couple of them, but I want to say one of them is freecreditreport.com.
Yeah, you just get that freecreditreport.com joint.
You can do it once a year too.
Yeah, and all of that's by law. You know what I'm saying? They got certain states that, you know what I'm saying, they got different rules or whatever, but on average, once a year you get it for free. Order your report, dispute all your bad debt, keep your good debt. Right? Keep your shit you paid off. Your bad debt, you dispute that. Once you dispute it, they got 30 days. That's the dispute process time, 30 days. In the 30 days that it's in dispute, your debt is suppressed because they can't say they took it off because it's always going to be on your record. But they'll suppress it. So the people looking at your report, they can't see it. You, the consumer, you can't see it. But the ones working on your report, they can see it. They can suppress it and unsuppress it. So the point is, they're going to have it suppressed for 30 days. In the 30 days that it's suppressed, the only thing on your credit is the good credit, which bumps your credit up for that temporary time. Put it in the same equivalent as you're making a dispute on your bank, in your bank. And you're like, yo, I never made this $1,500 withdrawal. So what do the bank do? For the 30 days, they'll give you the money while they investigate it. Now your account look good. So if somebody like, yo, you ain't got no bread, you like, nigga, look at my account. It should look good. But after the 30 days, once they realize, no, you did make that charge, they're going to take that $1,500 back. Same thing. After the 30 days, or really after the investigation, they're going to put the shit back on. Whatever stick is going to stick. Whatever fall off is going to fall off. Your credit then going to get readjusted to what it should be. But then you should already have your purchase. You can't do this with a house because that's why houses take longer. But we're speaking on cars, little shit like that. Shit that don't take a long time to finance. You know what I'm saying? You can do that shit over the weekend. Bong, bong, check my number, give me my shit. Go. Loans, whatever, shit like that. That's how that shit works. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit works. That's why I be telling people, don't ever consolidate. Yeah, don't ever consolidate, though. Yeah, you get you a better interest rate on your car, you know what I'm saying, because your credit look good. You know what I'm saying? You don't jerk yourself. The end. That's a little trick, you know what I'm saying? But the rules is the rules when it comes to cleaning your credit. So you can't There's nobody out there. Anybody charging you to do that, they're beating you. They're just preying off your laziness. Because there's no quick way to fix your credit. It's just tricks that can be played. But all of them is just temporary tricks. That's it. See, these are the things that black people don't know. That's why they keep hitting us. Like, every time I hear a black person say they consolidate their loans, I always be like, ooh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? That don't make sense. This is, consolidating your loan in smoke? That's like you and 7 other people get locked up, right? You go into a store, and then you come out, and it's a big sweep. And they like, yo, we're going to try all of them together. And you like, no, I ain't got nothing to do with them niggas. I'm innocent. Try me separate. You know what I'm saying? That's what consolidating your loans is. It's like you trialing everybody together. So it's like they're just going to bunch them all up and just pay them under low interest. And it's like, huh? Nah,
well,
it normally
don't be lower. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. It's like if you bringing them together and they giving you a lower interest rate than the ones that you currently have, then that's a come up for you. But normally, if you have that many cards and overdrawn accounts and things like that, your credit probably not that great. So what happens is you put them all together. You have one payment, so that sounds good. But then they're gonna charge you a crazy interest rate on it, which you're gonna end up paying more interest on if you would have paid it separately. And then it's one high bill every month. So instead of paying $50 here on this, $50 on that, where you could kind of like work it between your two payments, your two checks, you get this one payment that's $200 or something like that. So now it's more of a bulk to handle at one time. You know what I mean? It's like it ain't really the smart thing to do unless you can get a lower interest rate, and that probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, me personally, the way I look at it, this is how I handle credit cards. Those shits is bank loans. So why the fuck do I need 5 bank loans? Or 5? I ain't gonna say why do I need 5 bank loans. I'm gonna say it like this, man. Why do I need 5 different banks that I can loan from? Right? So now somebody thinking, that's good to have 5, 10 different banks to loan from. Yeah, it's good. But if you done exhausted 9 of them, you know what I'm saying? Why? And you got one that's good, and you don't got to work. You know what I'm saying? The payments on that one is low. I'm like, fuck them other 9. All you really need is one bank to rely on. You know what I'm saying? You done fucked over the 9. So instead of you killing yourself, you know what I'm saying, stressing yourself out because, you trying to, these bills and all, nah. Drop them. Get you one, leave the other ones alone. Your life ain't going to change. Your life ain't going to change. I can understand if it's a situation where it's like you got a plan on how you can knock the bills out, cool. But if you somebody and it's like the bills is a big percentage of what comes out of your check to pay, and I mean, cause I don't want to sound. How can I word this? If the credit card bills is like the largest chunk of bread that leaves your house, and how you living is how you living. Meaning, if you live in an apartment and you see yourself in an apartment in another 7 years, or you living in a house that you pay a mortgage in, and it's like you see you living there for the next 30 or some shit like that, yeah, I wouldn't even kill myself with them other bills. I'll be like, I'm dead in them banks. I got one credit card left. That's the one that's going to hold me down. Guess what else, Smoke? You can increase your credit limit. You can increase your credit limit on your bank, on that one bank loan that you have left. So you don't even need all these different cards. So if you already charge them up and shit like that and you drowning in debt, then get the fuck out the water. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. Get out the water then. If you're drowning in debt. That's how I look at it. Why are you going to sit over there and be like, yo, after I pay all of this, all I got is, after I pay $300 for all these different credit cards, all I got is $20 for my name. Then stop paying them credit cards. I have $320 for your name. You know what I'm saying? Start learning how to live below your means and save shit. But I'm not about to sit here and go, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be killing myself and shit like that, paying nothing, really interest on debt. Fuck out of here. And it's not changing your life. I can understand if you're like, yeah, but you know what? 4 more years from now, 3 more years from now, I'm trying to get a house. You know what I'm saying? Even still, I'll still be like, fuck it, but I get the house shit. So if you're serious about it, then all right, cool, I get that. But if your life ain't changing, you're going to be in the same situation for the next 7 years, 7 to 8, 10 years. You crazy if you sit out here killing yourself, paying off some damn bank loans. You crazy. Because that's all a fucking credit card is. You crazy. You crazy. That doesn't even make no sense. And then I just told you how you can get around having a bad credit card. All you got to do is dispute them. Do what you got to do. Do your 1-2 thing in between. Get what you got to get. And then that's it. When the shit go back on your shit, it go back on your shit. But I'm not saying to do it to be on some lazy shit. Do it to be on some, all right, let me get my shit together. But this is the renegade style of how I have to live now. I got to live off the grid. You know what I'm saying? I can't sign the application and do it. I might got to use a secured card. You know what I'm saying? To get back in the game and fit all my business. You know what I'm saying? I might got to do that. So these are the different options. You know what I'm saying? I might got to get a temp job if I'm looking for work instead of thinking, yo, let me get a hookup to work at a job. Nah, nigga, put on a fucking button down and stop smoking weed, put down a button down, you know what I'm saying, some khakis, go to Old Navy, put on a tie. I'm old school with it, you know what I'm saying? And walk inside the damn temp agency and shit like that and get you a job, you know what I'm saying? Sign you up and shit like that. Like, you got to find that renegade style sometimes instead of trying to, you know, find some old weird narratives, I guess, that you can follow. Consolidate. Don't consolidate shit. Consolidation is for fools. Always remember. Guys, call it number 646-716-4654. This is In Black America Radio with your host, Rasta B, my co-host, Smoke. We out here talking general topics, just shooting the shit on this Friday, November 17th. So here's a little funny little story right here that I want to bring up. I want to bring up the articles of impeachment, right? So before we get into that, I want to get into the audio first, right? This is coming from TV Roland Martin, obviously, you know, for black journalism. So this is Roland Martin. This is the YouTube, and the title is 6 Democrats Introduce Articles of Impeachment Against Trump.
President Trump from office. We have taken this action because of great concern for our country and our Constitution, our national security, and our democracy. Memphis Congressman Steve Cohen explaining why he and 5 other House Democrats have introduced articles of impeachment against Donald Trump. They're calling for hearings. 5 articles alleged of following the president, obstructed justice in the FBI investigation into Russian meddling in the presidential election, accepted without the consent of Congress, emoluments from foreign state and from the U.S. government, congressmen say it will be an uphill battle to get Republican control of the House to hold hearings. No shock there. A spokesman for the Republican National Committee called the move, quote, a baseless, radical effort. So this right now is Houston Congressman Al Green. Congressman, the issue you have here is you have your own Democrats who don't want you talking about this here. Nancy Pelosi says, look, we're not trying to pursue this. Well, this is not about any given Democrat. It's about democracy. It's not about Republicans. It's about the Republicans. And whether people would like to talk about it or not, before Christmas there will be an opportunity afforded each member of Congress to vote on the issue. We plan to bring the article to the floor by way of a privileged resolution. And when they're brought to the floor, they can be tabled. There can be a motion to table. There can be a motion to send to committee, or they can be voted up or down. But either way, there will be a motion made and there will be a vote. Why do you believe this is not a waste of time? Well, I think a good many people assume that because you can't do it all in one fell swoop, that you're wasting your time. But Rosa Parks didn't waste her time when she took that seat on that bus in a racist southern town. You have to have a spark. One match can start a blaze. So you have to start someplace, and you never know what the end result will be. Here's what I guarantee people. There will be at least one person who is going to vote such that he would want the president impeached, and that would be me. When you look at how this president is behaving, you look at Jeff Sessions, the 65 more Congress. Trump has been putting pressure on him to investigate Hillary Clinton when it comes to this uranium deal, which has been totally debunked left and right. And Sessions is fighting it off so far. Do you believe this is a president who desperately wants to completely control DOJ and to use it to go after his political opponents? Well, I go beyond what you just said. I think it's the president who, but for persons of goodwill and integrity, would become a dictator. He clearly believes that he is in charge of everything. When you fire the person who's investigating you because the person is investigating you, that's an impeachable act. And that is something that the Judiciary Committee should take up, which is why Mr. Cohen has filed his articles of impeachment. By the way, these are not the only articles that have been filed. Others have been filed as well. The momentum is building. At some point, there will be a vote. Well,
so before I play the rest, right? The interesting thing to me about this, the whole article impeachment and all that stuff like that, and this impeachment Trump stuff, then now that Al Green, I wonder if Maxine was going to put her name on the paper instead of just shouting it, but is actually trying to do it. What did Roland Martin say? Even some Democrats, and you know what I'm saying, powerful Democrats, is like,
right.
yo, we're really serious with that. Yeah, they like, we really serious with that shit. Like, what the fuck is he doing? So it's like, it'd be interesting to see how that played out.
Yeah, plus Congress
so
is controlled by the Republicans. Congress is controlled by the Republicans. So if a vote do come up, let's say they do get a vote, in December, whenever he said it was, the Republicans control the majority of the vote. So what's the likelihood of that happening? Even in his voice, he knows the way he's talking is as if it's a long shot. Like this is just like a symbolic thing that others have done also. He's not talking like this is going to really happen. You start getting into the, well, Rosa Parks, if she wouldn't have said, like, anytime they start getting into, got nothing to do with it, it's like, okay, you can see that clearly through his verbiage that this is not even something that he thinks. He's talking about the one person going to get a vote, which is him. So it's a joke, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that we got people that's taking the time to prepare this shit, taking hours away from, people in Congress, the aides, the assistants that got to go and work on this shit right here, that's time that's not being worked on the black community. So it's just like a waste of time. And he feel good in going up there and saying that. That shit weird.
But that's my whole shit, because he's part of the Congressional Black Caucus. So it's like, yeah, why are you not fucking doing enough articles or shit to help the black community, to build a fucking economy, to fucking pump, not just speak, but actively pump more money into the schools of the black children in the schools where y'all could develop these engineering and STEM projects and all kind of shit like that. Not just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's things that can really be done. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how I peep shit. I always peep when people that act powerless start to show power, but for other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might see somebody, they get around their boss and they like, oh yeah, kissing ass and all kind of shit. And then they go out to a restaurant and they want to bully the waiter or the waitress. And you're like, oh, you could be tough around them, but when it comes to you getting a raise or some shit, or you know what I'm saying, or represent the department, yeah, you're a wimp. But when you get around other people that you feel like you know what I'm saying, you get the okay to do this to, you could do that. That's corny, and that's what I'm noticing. I seen can't even think of the sister name right now. But they, they got it all plastered around Facebook and stuff. But that's when Jeff Sessions was speaking in front of the Congress or whatever. So they had the sister up there, you know what I'm saying, nailing Jeff Sessions. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like what the hell is black identity extremism? You know what I'm saying? So what about white identity extremism? Yo, well, this shit need to get thrown out because this shit don't even make no sense. Shutting them down. Everybody, that's right. Yeah. And me, when I seen that shit, only thing I was just like, yo, that's how black politicians are supposed to represent. They're supposed to do that. So the question is, now that somebody put the battery in your back and you feeling good because everybody's against Trump, my question is, what happens now when all your so-called white allies tell you, okay, we're back in power now. Okay, you can step down. Give me the microphone. We don't want you talking anymore. And then you're comfortable going back quiet. And we don't even hear the Congressional Black Caucus no more. And we don't hear these black people out here speaking or nothing. But we still dying. We still getting murked in the streets. We still getting police brutality and all that kind of shit. But everybody quiet. And then as soon as shit start getting crazy and shit, you give them that green light and they're like, that's right, and justice will be served. I'm like, man, you've been in office for 75 years. You've been in office for 75 years. Where the fuck is the legislation? None. None. But then for Trump, we got articles on impeachment.
We need to start handing out Oscars, you know what I'm saying? Like, so all of these motherfuckers talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, they putting on a great act. Because at the end of the day, we know it's like, to even have the conversation and to keep going with it when everybody's like, all right, we know the jig is up. It sounded good a couple months ago, the impeachment shit. It sounded good 3-4 months ago. Okay, cool. The jig is up. It's like, but you still going, wasting time with it. And these are the people that are in control of our congressional, like, come on, the Black Caucus, they're supposed to be making improvements in the black community. We're supposed to be seeing the effects directly for that. When they come in, when you see the representatives of that, they're supposed to be talking, telling us exactly what they're doing and how it's going to affect the community. We can't be having these stupid topics, these stupid agendas that we following, and at the end of the day, it's nothing about black community, nothing about poverty, nothing about economic boasting, making an economy pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's none of that. None of the things that are important to our kids. You know what I'm saying? To our future, they're addressing. So it's like, what are you there for? It's an act. You know what I'm saying? Go get the Oscars. You need to put a new category in there, black leaders, and give one out. Give a lot of them out. Fucking Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
They full of shit, man.
Yeah.
Shit crazy.
I was looking at one shit. Hispanic caucus. All right, but let me put the other parts of this show. The part what I was about to put, I'm gonna find it online. But see if you could if you can find this, Smoke. It's the Congressional Hispanic Caucus rejects Republican. Like just type that in or something like that, right? Something should pop up. It's funny because like off the top of the head, right? You can read it officially in a minute. But off the top of the head, it's
Hispanic Caucus rejects.
Yeah, that's it. That's the story. And it's funny because when you read it, we already did the show where we broke down that the Hispanics have a caucus and they have a conference. The caucus is for Democrats and the conference is for the Republican Hispanic. And every other group got Democrats and Republicans, except blacks. We don't know when they got the Democrats. So it's funny because what happened is one of the Hispanics on the Republican side wanted to like either join or be part of some type of something with the Hispanic caucus.
Right.
Right, and that's the Democratic side. So this is a Republican Hispanic wants to engage with the Democratic Hispanic, and the Democratic Hispanic is like, no, you can't be a part of this, and they're having a little tiff. But it's funny because if you read it, they don't mention that the Hispanics have a conference. They only mention it about the caucus, but if you don't know, you wouldn't even know that they have Hispanics are represented on the Democratic and the Republican side. They're heavily represented. You see what I'm saying? That might have been an infiltration where it's like, let me go over there and try to convince some of these Democratic Hispanics, yo, it's sweet out here, Republicans. It's sweet on this side. You should flip. We can one day become the majority, the base for the Republican Party, because that's really what the Latinos want. They know the poor whites. You can see the poor whites is dying off. That's what we don't even realize when we're looking at the stats. When they be telling you, oh, Trump got 37, he's holding on to his 37%. That means that's the percent of white power. It's 37. Black people make up what? They said 13. So technically, if you just stop killing your babies, we wasn't incarcerated at the rate, we would be doubled our numbers, and we would have the same political power as the so-called racist white supremacists. But it's decisions that we make that keeps us out of power. Technically, if we were to build our economy again, rebuild our economy. And this is what black people don't understand, who always want to cry. Yeah, but the white man burned down our towns. He burnt them down. There's too many eyes on the white man right now. Your attitude has to be tried again. There's too many eyes on him. Too many eyes. Look at Jerry Jones. Ain't he falling in smoke? You heard about your boy Jerry Jones?
Yeah, they having a which is funny. It's basically they having they having a civil war, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's like the commissioner Roger Goodell, he pretty much looking to get his contract extended. Jerry Jones is fighting against him, extending his contract. So back in when they had the last collective bargaining agreement, they gave Roger Goodell the commissioner position mad power. That's why you see right now, like Ezekiel Elliott, he the cases that they had for domestic violence against him, those were like dropped. You know, they went away. But the NFL still have a 6-game suspension on him, even though there's no legal case against him, because the commissioner got power. So he pretty much could be like, oh, that's what you're doing? Suspension. Jerry Jones don't like that shit. But the rest of the owners is like, yo, Jerry, chill out. So Jerry Jones, he's one of the more powerful owners. He's the most popular. He's the owner of the most popular team that probably make the most money. Yeah. He probably got the most influence. I don't know what his pockets look like compared to everyone else. But I'm pretty sure he up there. So he fighting it. He pretty much is like setting it off against everybody. Like, I don't want him to come back. But the other owners is like, Jerry, chill out. So now it's like, you know, pretty much seeing what's happening. But you can see a case where everybody's going to be lining up against Jerry Jones because he's standing out by himself like, nah, it's going down my way. So they pretty much like a civil war starting, which is funny because if the players had really did some more revolutionary shit, like sitting the fuck out, they could have their foot on the neck of the NFL right now. The players can have their foot on the neck of the player of the NFL right now because they fighting.
That's and that's what that's why I don't say racism no more. And that's why I don't scream that white supremacy no more. Because I'm looking at white people, and I'm like, white people are in the worst conditions they have been in a long fucking time. Damn sure in my lifetime that I remember. You know what I'm saying? Maybe an older black person might be like, nah, they ain't never been shit. You know what I'm saying? But me growing up, I grew up in the conscious community, pro-black, in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So these are the blacks that was coming out in the 70s. But they're a little older now. You know what I'm saying? The ones that made it. So they really still coming with their 70s, you know what I'm saying, Babylon and the white man system and fire burn money and fire burn capitalism and, you know, me growing up as a Rasta and stuff like that. And, you know, we don't want to own nothing in Babylon. Babylon gonna burn. It's prophecy and the Bible say and all kind of stupid shit. And I'm just like, so I'm growing up under that. So I'm sitting over here now and I'm just seeing black men struggle, black women struggle, the black children struggle. And I'm just like, damn, man, these wicked white people, you know what I'm saying? They got their foot on the black man's neck, man. It's like, yo, look how they got us. You know what I'm saying? We got to fight this system, man. Then one day, as I got older, into my teens, I'm on the train, and literally I heard a white dude say, damn, black people act like we wake up thinking about them. Shit, I got my own problems. And that literally had me like, huh? So y'all don't? Literally. I was like, so y'all don't wake up thinking about how y'all gonna fuck over black people? And literally, I start to say to myself, I'm looking now. Then I moved down south, because now that's in New York. Now I moved down south, and I'm watching poor whites. I'm seeing white motherfuckers who ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? That they go to work, and you look at them, you like, damn, this motherfucker bathes today? And then, so it's like hard for me to understand this white supremacy racism. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at this shit, because I look at these white people and shit, and I'm like, these motherfuckers is not educated. There's not, you know what I'm saying, all of this fucking stereotypes that we have of white people and shit. So I'm sitting over there, I'm like, no, these white people are the workforce for the white economy. And we're fighting and bitching and complaining because we want to be treated equally to their workforce. Why the fuck don't we create our own economy like the past, recreate it, rebuild Black America, so we can employ our own workforce? Just like the Mexicans, the Arabs, the East Indians, the Africans, the West Indians, that's for all the black people that's like, yeah, but they ain't black. Well, Africans, West Indians, and other blacks that come over from foreign places and create economies. When you see the African economies and these West Indian economies, these are small economies, these are weak economies, but they're all stronger than the black American economy. With your $1 trillion a year spending asses. Because they generate money. It might be small, but if black America had an economy, those economies will have to merge and blend into that black American economy. So you'll be able to get all them West Indian dollars, all them African dollars. You see what I'm saying? Everybody that come into, when you got people who can't make it in the white economy, and they want to knock on the black economy door for work, they could be your lower class, your minimum wage class.
Yeah.
They can be
Same
that.
as we are.
You see? Yeah, same as we are. But see, we don't, because we don't want to create that. Now, this is, here come racism, Smoke. It's your son and my son is working at your business. Your son comes in late, and he gonna get him a slice of pizza and everything. And my son like, damn, yo, shit. One day he come in late, you like, damn, yo, you know what I'm saying? Damn, yo, you coming in, you know what I'm saying? I'm having to dock your pay. And it's like, yo, what kind of, that's some racist shit, yo. You don't be doing that because I ain't your son. That shit sounds stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That sounds stupid as fuck. That's my son. What you think? I'm going to fucking reprimand him and not pay him and do all that for what? This is my son. I got a different way I handle him. You know what I'm saying? That's what white people do in their economy. That's what white people do to their white workforce. So then we sit there and we like, yo, did you know these white people getting paid more than us? Yeah, why you think they hired? They hired you because you cheaper than them. Why you think all of us in the mailroom, all of us in the is maids, all of us in the janitorial, we all stinction in one fucking area. Yeah, because that whole group is getting cheap labor. Why you think you mad at the Mexicans? Because they cheaper than you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is the game that's being played and shit. It's a workforce. They sell it to us like it's society. It's a workforce. And because we don't want to build our own economy so we can hire our workforce, take care of our own, right? Within this society, no. We want to force a workforce to treat us like their racial workforce is. And we think that makes sense. But watch this. Hear the rest of the the rep Al Green from Texas.
I want to piggyback on what Roland said. Let's say you go through the process. Let's say it's voted down or it's tabled, right? What have you achieved, and what are the next steps after that? I understand the messaging, but what next? Because it may not be a waste of time, but where do you go from there, and what message are you sending? Well, before we get to the revelations, let's go to Genesis. The genesis of this is the hate that the president incites. A member was called Wacky. The president goes back to the White House after he says this, but that member has to go home. She has to have additional protection. He incites people to do ugly things to other people. This resolution that I will bring will be about the hate that the president engenders, that he perpetrates and perpetuates to a certain extent. I do this because there's always a reason to go to some agenda other than the hate agenda in this country. We'll deal with it temporarily. People can oppose it. I want to eliminate it. So this is the genesis of making sure Congress goes on record as it relates to the hate agenda that continually manifests itself by way of this president, by the way, who has this alt-right hate machine out there that he has to continually feed.
Congressman, I'm an economist, so I like to follow the money. The monuments is a thing that I think is the most substantial, the extent to which people are, even this new Bible museum is now having their gala at the Trump hotel, which is saying something very interesting about the Bible museum. But how have you all been able to get detail on the dollars that have flowed into the Trump empire, if you will, because of his international relationships or because of any number of things? His sons are doing Trump business with U.S. protection, civil service, Secret Service protection. That's costing us money. I'd like to see. I think what you're doing is great. I don't know what's going to turn out. But I really like to see some numbers attached to that Wyatt thing to really talk about how much this arrogant hatred, et cetera, is costing us.
2 points. The first is emoluments do have their roots in money. You're absolutely correct. And there are many who contend that the Trump administration is really a family business as being operated out of the White House. This is something that causes a good many people consternation. And credible organizations have come up with numbers that they would affix to the behavior that's taking place in the White House. But the Judiciary Committee has refused to budge on this. The Judiciary Committee would outsource an investigation to Comey, not Comey now, but Mueller. I pronounce it Mueller most of the time, but to Mueller. Would outsource it to Mueller as opposed to taking it up themselves. This is why Cohen filed his articles, because he wants to encourage the Judiciary Committee to do its job.
Now, before I get to that last system part, I want to go back to the part where you start talking about all this love hate, right, and the hate that Trump spews, right. Yeah. This is the funny part about that right here. I'm gonna dive into this. Where do we go from here? But chaos on community, from Martin Luther King. So it goes. Power properly understood is the ability to achieve purpose. It is the strength required to bring about social, political, and economic change. In this sense, power is not only desirable but necessary in order to implement the demands of love and justice. One of the greatest problems of history is that the concept of love and power is usually contrast. Love is identified with resignation and power. One of the greatest problems of history is that the concept of love and power are usually contrasted as polar opposites. Love is identified with a resignation of power, and power with a denial of love. Let me get past all of that part. It's this part right here. This is nothing except essentially wrong with power. The problem is that American power is unequally distributed. This has led Negro Americans in the past to seek their goals through love and moral suasion, devoid of power, and white Americans to seek their goals through power, devoid of love and consequence. And that's the mind frame that these civil rights-minded leaders have. And that's why you always hear me saying stuff like, man, I can't wait till all these civil rights niggas die off. And we need some fresh blood. Because their mind frame is that. All throughout the thing you're going to hit, that's all he talks. Well, and another reason why I'm past this, because of the hate that, again, this is what Martin Luther King said. There is nothing essentially wrong with power. The problem is that in America, power is unequally distributed. This has led Negro Americans in the past to seek their goals through love and moral suasion, devoid of power, and white Americans to seek their goals through power devoid of love and consequence. And that's what you heard tonight. You know what I'm saying? From the Texas rep Al Green. You're hearing a man talk to you about hate and love and the hate that he brings in. And all you heard them talk, when you hear black people talk about Trump, is moral this and moral that. Morals and the morals and the morals. All these black people also smoke. And this is what the sister said in the clip, that the Bible Museum is holding some type of dinner for Trump. I guess people to rile up or whatever like that. So she's like, yeah, that's pretty interesting that the Bible Museum would do that. No, it's not. Again, who gave you your religion? Who gave you your religion? That's why I laugh at women. Women want to talk all of this sexual harassment shit. Oh, the sexual harassment. How many of y'all going to pull your sons and daughters out of that church and close that Bible? Who's teaching that your daughter's second and is brung sin to the world and God cursed her? Like, come on, you program the kids to believe into the same shit you're going to complain about later. You shouldn't move. You shouldn't act like that. But come on Sunday so we can get indoctrinated about the same shit we're going to complain about. That's why I'm sticking to my script saying Trump's going to get that second term. I don't care none about this shit they're saying, because if you remember correctly, they were talking cash shit about Bush. They had you thinking Bush was about to go to jail too. Now they made Bush a friend to you. They can't play this game with me twice. That's why I'm like, we waste our time. We said Congressional Black Caucus. We're going to impeach Trump, impeach, and everybody loves that talk. And y'all hyping these people up while they just give you catchphrases. That's it, catchphrase after catchphrase. What is it, Smoke? Own my time? Give me my time or some shit. Now that's a catchphrase and shit. But you're not getting shit, black people. You're not getting
get my time back or some shit.
Yeah, reclaim my time.
Reclaim my time.
Reclaim my time. Reclaim my time. And everybody, that's all you gotta say. And look, and all you gotta say is this. And I will reclaim my time. And everybody starts clapping louder, more money goes on there. Black power. Well, what happened? What happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. It's like, guess what? What is happening is election time. That's what's happening in 2018. That's how it works. That's how it works. Make sure y'all vote for me. You want me to reclaim my seat? Vote for Maxine Waters. This message has been approved by Maxine Waters. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. How many times are you going to fall for the same shit? These people is dealing with love and morals in a country that deals with law. That's what it deals with, law. Y'all walking around trying to convince white people to talk about right and wrong. They deal with legal and illegal. That's what they deal with, legal and illegal. We deal with right and wrong. So you got one set of people playing checkers and another set of people playing chess. And it doesn't matter who's playing chess and who's playing checkers. All that matters is, what is the name of the game that we're playing? Because if I'm playing checkers and you playing chess, you lose. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. I don't want somebody to be like, yeah, that's right. It's the black people playing checkers and the white man playing chess. No, because if the game is checkers and you playing chess, you lose. You know what I'm saying? You can't win.
He's like, let me get that double jump.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you can't move. Yeah, nigga, this is checkers.
You can't do that. Like, nigga, this
Like, yo, my nigga, why you sliding this Look, why you finding this piece holding down here? Nah, nigga, you can move 1 second. What the fuck are you doing? Play everybody like teams, nigga. It's like fucking up here, you know?
That's crazy, man. That's real, man. It's the strategy and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't have a strategy to even build upon because there ain't no agenda. It ain't no agenda.
Exactly.
So it's just like, what we even talking
there's
about?
one agenda. Look, there's no agenda, like you said. So they replaced having no agenda with one agenda, and that's unity. So that's the agenda. Unity. If we all united, that's the whole shit. If we united, why we don't got shit? Because we don't unite. Why everybody got shit? Because we don't unite. Why we getting treated like this? Because we don't unite. And that's it, because we don't got an agenda. No, one, because we don't got an economy. That's the reason why we don't got an agenda. Because, you know, like, you're not going to think about an agenda if you don't got shit. You're not going to think about protecting something if you don't got shit to protect. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck going to put an alarm? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to put no fucking alarm on there. You're going to close the door. That's it. Go upstairs. You're like, ain't nobody going to steal my shit. With somebody else, they're like, yo, I put something into my shit. When you got a business, you're looking at life different. You'll meet and greet. You'll speak. You understand about reinvesting back into your business. But if you work, you at the vending machine putting in the dollar into the vending machine, getting you a bag of chips. Not even understanding why should I just get me a whole box of chips from Sam's Club where I ain't got to pay for chips. You like, nigga, it's just, I'm cool, nigga, it's just $1 here. It ain't no big deal. 2 different mind frames. You know what I'm saying? 2 different mind frames. And it's like, that's our problem, man. We got our mind, we're torn between seeing what the game is, legal and illegal, but keep being taught that we mustn't change our game plan of being moral and righteous. Now watch this. This is the last part of the Al Green joint.
Okay. The article that you found, clearly you have your reasons and your thought and your rationale behind doing it. If there's not a clear path forward, are you not just using this as a way to gain the opportunity to show that you don't like the president? I mean, presidents, there's never been a president, or at least not in recent history, that hasn't had somebody that was displeased or groups of somebody that was displeased and profiled against them. What makes this different? What makes now? What makes this president? Are they doing this to actually have it move?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Completely, and I say this without hesitation, reservation, or equivocation. Absolutely want to see it move. Here's why this president is different. I've not heard of another president who has said those were some very nice people among those persons who were Nazis, white supremacists, persons who were engaged in xenophobia, persons who dealt with ethnocentrism. I've not heard another president say that. I've not heard another president go on national TV and call the mothers of professional athletes dog, an SOB. The B is a dog. We've not had a president to do this. This president has used public discourse to frame issues such that people are put at risk by virtue of simply saying, I think that the president should be impeached. We've had to hire a man who sits in my office with a uniform and a gun to protect my staff when I'm away. I'm not there in Houston, Texas. My point is, he is unlike any other president. Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution was reserved for a president such as this at a time such as this, and we have to act. All right, Congressman Al Green, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's doing.
So it goes back to the moral aspect again. But it's just funny because the whole panel is saying, basically like, yo, you sure you want to go with this? You want to do this? Smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm talking. I'm on fucking mute and shit. But yeah, what's funny about that? He used religion, and you know he read it all from the Bible, so he got that. That's one way we indoctrinated. He used the civil rights agenda to push it forward. When he said Rosa Parks, and went into all of that. That's like a feel good thing. And then he came with the fear. You know, he concluded by saying he has to have a staff for armed police for his staff and shit. So he uses different tactics to get people to buy into this stupid ass idea of fucking getting the president up out of impeachment. You know what I'm saying? So you just see the tactics in there, and you just basically have to pay attention because he did all of that in that what is it, 6-minute clip, 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? They just push agendas through fear, religion, and the old tactics from the civil rights, the old tactics that haven't been updated. I agree.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, see, and the thing I don't like about it, like I said, is, yo, if y'all got that much pull, why y'all not using that shit to help black people? Why y'all not using that to strengthen our position? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all not passing laws? Why y'all not passing bills? Why y'all not doing shit? That's my issue. Because see, when you're not doing all of this shit with the whole impeachment Trump shit, if you're not doing that, then I don't even know you got power. You know what I'm saying? That's like you chilling with somebody and this person owe you bread, right? Or they don't even owe you bread. You riding around with them all day and you buying the person, you know what I'm saying, food or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, paying their way into the club, all kind of shit like that. And then this dude at the end of the night pulls out a knot, a fucking stripper or something, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And you looking like, wait, so you have money all the time? Yeah, you know, I just like making it rain in the club and throwing it in the air and all kind of shit, and it's like, yo, if I knew you had all of that money, I wouldn't even have spent mine. You see what I'm saying? You act like you don't got no power. But then when you get the green light lit to be the bark dogs for the Democrats for Trump, then y'all could do that? Y'all could drum up pills and all, you know what I'm saying? Because I told you, this whole shit is, they just basically taking Trump to court because he won the presidency, you know what I'm saying? So Hillary like, oh, hell fucking. And look, and they playing such a dirty game right now, everybody like, oh, word? Everybody throwing each other under the bus. That's why all shit going on, all these sex scandals, all of these fucking investigations going on, all this shit. It's all of these motherfuckers is like, oh, word? They literally going to war with each other. And here go black people. Instead of saying, how can I benefit from this shit, we sitting over here trying to defend this shit. Y'all calm down. Like a bunch of children. You know what I'm saying? Come on, and that's some weirdo shit. I'm like, why we not taking advantage of this shit? Why we not taking, these white motherfuckers dropping off, opioid addictions, all kind of shit. What we screaming? Racism, white supremacy. What? The average black person doing better than the average white person. You don't know that because you keep listening to black people tell you that, we fucked up out here because of racism, and donate to my cause, and I'll go to Congress, and nah, man, these people playing games with us. They're not speaking for us. They're not doing for us. They got the same powers every other group got. If the Hispanic caucus is doing it, why the Black caucus ain't doing it? That's the question we start asking, straight up. Because if you can sit out here and do all this shit to impeach Trump, then that means you got the power to write bills and legislation for your community. Straight up, that's what
to
you
get
do.
voted on. To bring it up the same way. To bring that shit up to get voted on. So what else are we bringing up to get voted on? Like, because this impeachment shit was, what, six months? From when you first started hearing it to now. 6 months. So you mean to tell me that, all right, we can get shit done. We could put our resources together, get that shit popping, and bring it to Congress. And we adamant about it. Like, if it don't work now, we'll bring it again. And the other people are doing it. I'm going to give one vote. So we don't have no other agendas that we're going to bring to them, too. All right, man. All right.
So here's the article right here. So they got Article 1 is obstruction of justice, right? So it goes, the first article impeachment has to do with the firing of former FBI Director James Comey. At the time of his dismissal, it's one of those, okay. At the time of his dismissal, Comey was investigating potential ties from the Trump campaign and the Russian government. Trump also asked Comey to stop the investigation until Michael Flynn. Those are both a clear violation of the law because Trump was obstructing justice, Democrats claim. So that was that. Article number 2, violating the Foreign Emoluments Clause. It goes, in the Constitution, there are clear guidelines of how your finances, of how your finances should be handled. This is there so that an elected official can't be swayed for exterior influences. It's called the Emolument Clause. Trump has violated the Constitution by continuing to accept money from foreign leaders through his businesses without the consent of Congress. In fact, he seemed to promote his business to foreign powers for their stays in the country. All right. They said Article number 3, violating the Domestic Emolument Clause. By maintaining control of Trump's various businesses, he has violated the Domestic Emoluments Clause because he is personally making money off the U.S. government aside from his salary. Every time Trump stays at the Trump-owned resort, like the Mar-a-Lago, the government has to house Secret Service there, which costs money. Trump then profits off his own security. If anybody can't see a problem with that level of trickiness, then they are blind to what shadiness is. But you heard what I said earlier about the whole dispute and shit, right, Smoke? It's a law. Yeah. So you can't get around the law, but there is tricks. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Trump is a businessman. So, like this clause, I mean, I can't front. He is violating that clause. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. But the other shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Those shits are tight water. It's tight water. It's not, a lot of them shits ain't official like that. So then they got the next one is 4 is the article number 4 is undermining the federal judiciary. This has been regressive action taken by Trump, meaning that he hasn't intentionally undermined the judiciary branch of the government, but through his actions, he has discredited it's a bit of a leap. But the point is to have hearings to see if they move forward with the impeachment process. So this right here is a weak case. And like I said,
all those shit weak.
Yeah, no, all of them is weak, but the Mahomet one, it's tricky, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, technically the government is paying into his business, he make money off it, but it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm not directly, you know what I'm saying? It's trick.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Bush and, what was the name of that? The construction companies and all of them cats had, like, they was a third-party affiliate, too. Yeah, I forget the name of the it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, but it's dealing with the war and shit like that. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean,
people, people are out there getting in contract.
But
that's what happened. He a business.
So you violate, fuck it. So that's one of the points, 1 of 4. So you got what, one more?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the last one. Article number 5, undermining the press. Democratic Congresswoman told all those times that he referred to media organizations as fake news caused the public to lose faith in the press. The press is one of our biggest defenders of democracy, and so far have been democracy's only defender. Having taken those long-standing positions to discredit the media and lying about what was being reported only serves to fuel that perception. On top of that, he also threatened to remove license from certain media organizations and has blocked out the media in some cases. So that's their argument is right there. These are weak arguments because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, oh, okay, the last time this was done was with Nixon. You know what I'm saying? But remember when I told you before, it didn't matter because the Nixon shit was dealing with white people. You know what I'm saying? Wait, they said they would likely fail. Yeah, it was dealing with white people. This shit right here, white people are concerned with this. At the last part of this whole thing, it goes, they would likely fail. If you read our article on how Donald Trump could be impeached, you know that it is a bit of a complicated process. Both the House of Representatives and the Senate is controlled by the Republicans. The hope is that the presidency has been enough of a disaster that Republicans will turn against their own party and allow for the proceedings to continue. If the articles of impeachment go to vote, they would need to get a majority of the House to support them. That would require at least 31 members of the Republican Party to support the impeachment process. So the likelihood of this happening is slim to none. So while he's fighting a war or a battle that he can't win, everybody that's hearing him now is openly saying he can't win it. But this is symbolic. It's just symbolic. So the question is, why waste time on symbolism? Why waste time on symbolism?
Shit crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just something to be reported on, something to talk about, something to say we doing something. Shit is a waste of time, yo. And this is what they call it, like, you seeing the old Trump impeachment say, you see everybody, like, you know, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, people reposting that shit, seeing that shit all day. Then you go look at the points, and it's like, okay. And then you go into the breakdown of what we just spoke about prior in the whole, you know, not just the validity, but, like, you know, what's the end game? Why are we doing this? What's gonna happen? You know, the reality of it happening. When you look at all of those points, it's like this is definitely a waste of time. Total waste of time.
Yeah, the whole shit's a waste of time. The whole shit's always been a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we just follow for the same stupid shit. That's why I'm like, man, we gotta step up out of it and understand basically what it is, you know what I'm saying, and move accordingly. We walking around here acting like the moral police of white people, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is weird to me. Like we really act like we the moral police for white people. And it's our job and duty to, I don't know, like I guess always be there for white people. Shit's just weird. I'm like, yo, why are we not trying to build ourselves up and strengthen ourselves? I mean, you know, but when you read the book and they talk about, yo, love and morals is what we stand on, while white people is white people dealing with power devoid of love, then you know who you're fighting against. The question is, what game are we playing? Clearly, the white people play the game of get down or lay down, big bank take little bank. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I just brought all your property or I took your property. You can't then play the love game. You got to play the power game. You see what I'm saying? And you don't have to worry about, but devoiding yourself of love. King said that you can have power with love and power together. I totally agree. But you got to play the power game. You can still have love in your heart.
White people have no problem being wolves, and we have no problem being sheep.
Not at all.
Straight up.
And then
that's basically what it is.
But want to go to the ring. We want to go to the ring with them, though. Yo, put me inside the fucking ring with that goddamn wolf.
Let me get that costume. Real quick. You sheep over there. About to get ate up. Playing around. You got to be the wolf, too. Be something else that can beat the wolf. The sheep ain't going to beat the wolf. So let's be real.
Exactly.
As long as we sit here, you know, what you see sheep when you going to sleep, right? Well, they say count the sheep, right? All right, we on the sleeping side of the game. We on the sleeping side of the game. All right, now. Wake up.
My whole shit at the end of the day is none of this new. None of this shit's new. You know what I'm saying? This shit is fucking. I'm reading 1960s, 1800s, all kind of shit. These people dealing with the same shit, speaking on the same shit. So that means it's not new. It's not racism, white supremacy. We have to figure out what are we doing wrong. No economy. So you don't have no foundation to support yourself. What am I doing wrong? Keep worrying about white people and not worrying about your own group of people. What am I doing wrong? This is the game plan we got to do. What we do is we want to look to blame people. Who's doing me wrong? How can we get what white people have? They have the better schools. If we just had their schools, our children would be educated like their children, and we would have the same opportunities as them. Not in their society, not in their economy. That don't even make sense no more, right? That shit don't even make sense no more. When you hear black people say that shit. all we need is education, and if we send our kids to the better schools, your child's going to be educated. Hopefully he'll be able to get a job. But if we don't got an economy, all of that's gambling. Our whole existence in America is based off of gamble. That's why we got so used to it. That's why everybody's like, yo, it's about how bad you want it. So we think struggle is natural. We think we're supposed to struggle. We're supposed to live hard and rough. And our kids are supposed to, you know what I'm saying, grow up in trying conditions and shit like that. That shit ain't normal. That shit ain't normal. But when you think that, yo, it's normal for black kids, especially black boys, to have to duck and run gunshot, you know what I'm saying, and constantly live in the fear of alertness, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. After a while, you turn that fear into strength. You turn pain into strength. So then you believe, I need that pain, I need that fear, I need to be in that energy, that life. I need it, you know what I'm saying, to keep my adrenaline up. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, nah, that's not even natural. That's just like going back to the drugs. You take the drugs because you're trying to get on the white boy's level when the white boy's taking the drugs to get on your level. So you end up overexerting yourself. And that's why a lot of these black kids burn themselves out early. Same situation when it comes to the school and all kind of shit. We send our kids to these schools and thinking that, yes, the schools don't mean shit, whether they're good or bad. If you don't got an economy, so if you had an economy, whether your child went to a so-called low-income type school or your child go to one of these better type schools, it don't matter because whatever the education they get, they can balance it off between the white economy and the black economy. But when your child is in the situation that we live in currently, where everybody's relied upon a white economy, guess what? You can't name your child a certain name. You can't name your child a certain name. You have to make them act a certain way. You want to send them to a certain type of school, date a certain type of person. You know what I'm saying? You want to live a certain type of area around certain type of people to make you feel like you made it, all because you don't have an economy. So there's no worth. So you have to wear your worth, drive your worth. You know what I'm saying? You have to pretend to be another group of people so you can mimic the correct mimic of success and wealth. And all of that is a fronter. Somebody who don't have what they fronting like they have, and we know you don't have it because you're in our economy. Yeah. That's why these rich blacks be having so many issues in the white economy, Smoke, because they're trying to be white in the white economy, and the white person looking at them like, you know how the white person probably looking at them, Smoke? Like how black people will be looking at white people when they be trying to act like they down. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit is? You see the white dude over there trying to act like he down and shit, and you like, yo, he serious or what? And then you got black people now. They get a couple of dollars and shit around white people and shit, and hey, Tom, hey. It's like, oh my God, it's Tyrone. Hey, Ty. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, is he serious? Is this how he really act? Or he just, like, what are you doing? That's how it is, man. That's how it is, man. You mistake all of that shit for racism and shit. No, we looking like fools. looking like fools. I read something with T.I. talking about Sammy Sosa bleached his skin because he hated himself. I said, oh, like you're a woman getting blue eyes, nigga? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
That's
did we
crazy,
forget?
man. The hypocrisy.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Did we forget? So that's the whole shit. It's like, a lot of our issues are built upon decisions that was made and that was made and not made. You know what I'm saying? Was and wasn't made in the past. That's why we're in the situation we're in. Tearing down some Confederate flags and statues ain't going to fix our situation. Writing articles to impeach Trump ain't going to fix our situation. The only thing that's going to fix our situation is building an economy.
Fact.
How do you build an economy? Create a business class. How do you start a business class? Start a business. Once you have a successful business, been running for, let's say, longer than 5 years, you don't got to wait 5 years. Reach out to the other local black businesses in your neighborhood. Y'all connect with each other, associate with each other, build a committee. That's why I said you have a successful business for a certain amount of years. So you might want to say, you know what, before you can be considered for the committee, you have to have a business running and contributing back to the community for at least 7 years. That way you know this ain't no fly-by-night shop. You see what I'm saying, Smoke? So it's like you form this committee. So now it's you plus another 4 or 5 black business owners who now y'all pool y'all money, y'all resources and shit and information and things of this nature together to strengthen your business and strengthen your community. Y'all start funding these politicians to pass laws and legislation. You do all of that shit.
Wow.
But we need an economy. And the business cannot be service-based. It cannot be service-based. It got to be industry. It cannot be so. You cannot have 5 beauty supplies and beauty supply store, a barber shop, a fucking restaurant, a bar, a clothing store, a strip club, all that service-based. You need industry. That's what we got to start to be focused on. On industry, start looking online on how to make mugs, plates, how to make plastic bowls, how to make wooden spoons, how to make fucking light projects, you know what I'm saying, like lamp type shit. How to make everything. Whatever another race of people is making, there should be a black version of it too. Straight up. Whatever. Next time, anytime you buy something, I don't care if it's a coin pouch. If you brought it, and you know other people who have it, that means you need to say to yourself, how do I make this? I can make this shit. That's how it got to be. We got to stop letting other people produce stuff for us and make us dependent upon their products to the point now where you don't even think about making it. You only think about buying it. You're a consumer. What do they call it? Useless eater. That's what you are. So, yeah, so you know what I'm saying? We gotta break out of that. We gotta break out of that shit. If you live in the hood, you got your EBT card and shit, you know these niggas going back and forth to the Chinaman to get chicken wings. Come on, shorty. Get you a pot. Get you 2 big-ass pots. Big-ass gallons of fucking oil and shit like that. Heat them shits up and fry you up some goddamn chicken. Sell them shits out your window. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Just like Cameron said in one of his raps, the world is big. If you can't get no money in the world this big, you worthless, kid. Straight up. And you don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to live. You're a waste of space. You're a waste of air. Straight up. You have no purpose on this earth. You live in a capitalistic society. I don't know what a socialist society is. I don't know what a communist society is. But I know what a capitalistic society is. In a capitalistic society, you could goddamn sell frozen bananas on a sunny day. You know what I'm saying? It's like straight up. So it's like, that's a capitalistic society. And all black people that's living in America, yeah, America is a fucking empire. And it's manipulating, gangstering other countries. That's why everybody try to leave their country to come here, because they trying to get to the centerfold of the bullshit. We already in the centerfold of the bullshit. Stop complaining about this bullshit, because it's always going to be bullshit. Direct your energy on how to combat this bullshit. It's like if you go to work every day walking and you're getting caught up in rain, sleet, hell, and snow. If it rained Monday and it plans on raining Tuesday to Wednesday, eventually what you going to do, keep cursing the rain? Or are you going to say, let me buy me a goddamn, let me buy me an umbrella? Let me buy me an umbrella. Let me get some galoshes. Let me dress for the weather. You're not going to keep cursing the weather. You're not going to say God must be racist because every time I go outside it's raining. No. So that's what I'm saying when it comes to white people. Stop thinking they're not your friends. They don't like you. No, they don't like you. They don't want to live around you. They don't want you living around them. They don't want you dating their daughters and their sons. No, they don't want to hire you. No. No, they don't care about slavery. No, they don't care about your black leadership. No, they don't care about your struggle. They don't care about none of that shit. They don't care about what your mama went through. And no. What your papa incarcerated. None of that shit they care about. So now that you understand that, make the next, what's the word I'm looking for? Make the next, redirect your energy basically into never allowing yourself to be used by a capitalistic society again. Use your energy towards that. Stop using your energy towards trying to convince white people to like you, to accept you, not to have blackface on during Halloween. Like, some of this shit you just got to expect. You know what I'm saying? You know they're gonna do that shit. They're not in the black community doing that. They're in the white community doing what white people do in their community. And here we go trolling them. Ooh, look what them white people did. I'm gonna take a picture and broadcast it everywhere. How about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. Just stupid. To me, who gives a fuck? Just like I told you, I'm the person, I'm pumping gas, white person come up to me, excuse me, sir, can I ask you a question? I said, no. I kept pumping my gas. He walked away confused, looking confused as shit. That's the type of person I am. I don't feel intimidated by white people or the need to. I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I hear black people, sometimes they have that ideology. I'm just like, yo, wake up, man. These are people. These are humans. White people didn't come down from some fucking Jupiter or some shit like that. They came zapping motherfuckers. No. They came out of Europe. There was tricksters. Niggas got tricked. He got you believing in Santa Claus while he took all your gifts. That's it. He a trickster. Look, he done hustled the whole fucking black community with 3-car Motley. Taking everybody's deeds.
Like, hold on. One more dollar. I'm going to get it this time. All right.
Give me them deeds. I own all the property here in Harlem now. All up for 3-car Motley. This is racist, white. No. That white dude piss and shit just like you. He got to eat and drink water just like you. He came out of a vagina just like you. Yo, you got it ain't yo. Square up. That's why black women, the black man stood up and said, when Tyrese was on there crying, that crying is some sucker shit. That's some sucker shit because it got to be you as a man. Yo, we got to square up. You got to square up. Then the argument's what? Oh, so you trying to say that a man shouldn't cry? A man got tear ducts in his eye, so a man will cry. But guess what? As a man, when you cry, guess what a man going to do? Let me shake this shit off. I got my emotions out. The end. Let me move on forward. Because you recognize, that's okay. You caught me in a moment of weakness. Boom. I shed my tears. Let's go forward. Let's move on. There's nothing else to do. That's how a man is. See, when you understand that, and you're going into your neighborhood, and you're seeing other men of other ethnic groups and behind the counter receiving cash, they're the cash receivers, and all the cash givers are black people. As a man, that's supposed to upset you. The same way it upsets you when you see another black man on the corner selling drugs, when you're corner and you mad and want to shoot the shit up, that's how you should feel when you go to them corner stores, when you go to them gas stations. These niggas is on your corner clocking. For years. Yo, that's their son clocking on the block now. His father.
That shit fucked up, D. That shit fucked up, D. What you gonna do, son? What you gonna do next?
Yo, let me go over here. Let me go to my man Habib real quick. Yo, let me get a beer on credit and let me get cigarette. Yo, let me put that shit on credit. You go outside and shit, you shooting at a black man across the street. He's shooting at you. Habib locks his door. his windows are bulletproof because the community spent so much money in his fucking shop. This nigga could afford to get bulletproof glass to protect himself and his business. He got the video cameras out there filming your black ass, giving them shit to the police. You wondering who's snitching. But let the black man on the corner sell some drugs and shit, you gunning him the fuck down. You gunning him down. You missing him, killing innocent kids and shit. But Habib still inside his store clocking. No. As a black man, you're supposed to say to yourself, wait a minute. Wait the fuck a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute, it's 10 of y'all motherfuckers on this block? And we don't got no black businesses over here? Hell fucking no. Hey, black man, every black man you walk past supposed to say, yo, black man, do you know there ain't no black businesses in this neighborhood? What? Nigga, ain't none. Nah, yo, something got to change, man. How everybody eating in here except we? That's supposed to be a problem. But see, we don't want to compete. So you'll hear black men say this, well, I mean, it's America. Everybody got a right to open a business anywhere they want. But why you gunning at the black man on your corner selling drugs? You want to tell me what the right to? You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, we do. We do our own people dirty. We participate the most in our own downfall, and we will sit back when it comes to our upliftment, man. Shit is fucking retarded, man.
That shit crazy. That's why I'm saying to myself, we got to stop with the racism, white supremacy, because when we teach that to the babies, we're really teaching the inferiority to our babies. And we got these babies growing up now thinking like, now I'm not going to say this generation so much, but everyone got that grain in them. You see what I'm saying? But even though this generation will stand up, but it's like you standing up fighting for what? They're standing fighting them to be equal. You see what I'm saying? You want to be equal to the children of the people that enslaved your people. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. We got to raise our babies and let them know, yo, it's time for change. And the only way we're going to change this game is through economy. Because this is a capitalistic society. But, Mama, what about racism? Fuck racism. Fuck racism. The way the game is set up right now, we can maneuver through this shit. I'm going to teach you to compete. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to teach you to compete. I'm going to teach you the game. I'm going to show you how they're going to play this. That's how we got to do this shit. We can't do this shit already saying we're going to lose. Oh, but the white man, he'll burn it. Oh, the white man, No, because when you talk like that, the babies grow up believing this white man got power. This white man got power. They don't got power. They don't have no power. The only reason why they have the little bit of power they have is because you gave them that power to rule over you. You made an unconscious decision to obey the authority of the land, and as long as you're not being physically oppressed too bad, you will continue to be a slave, essentially. But if the treatment gets too bad, then we'll wake up and say, hey, wait a minute now. You hitting me too hard. Oh, sorry, nigga. All right. I'll go back to sleep and I'll go back to working. But I want better pay. All right. Hit some more pay. Thank you. And then you go back to work. No. Start to do this shit for our own, have more confidence within ourselves to do the shit that we got to do. We've been doing this shit for 500 plus years. So it's not like it's a situation where we're doing something new. No, we doing the shit that we've been supposed to been doing. You know what I'm saying? We've been supposed to been doing that shit. I was just peeping on this on YouTube, on the news, that YouTube is dropping certain kid videos because of the questioning the appropriateness of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously there's a bunch of white people on there. Yeah, doing a little questionable shit, saying a little disturbing towards the children that's in the video. They like the distress, you know, the kids crying and all kind of shit, and the kids parents trying to scare them, you know, kind of weirdo shit. So I'm looking at this shit, so you know what I'm saying? So my girl, Spoken Girl, on Blog Talk Radio, you can check out her shows. I think she got shows in the day. But Spoken Girl, she says that she wants to videotape the boys, like with them doing math, you know what I'm saying, that all of the, you know, the schooling at home or whatever, their activities when they're running around, things of that nature, and put it up on YouTube. So I was like, yeah, you should do that. And the good thing about it is we don't have shit as black people. So you doing that, you're going to now have black mothers who allow their kids to watch stuff on TV, you know, the videos on YouTube. Now they have a black child to look at who's being educated, who's not doing no ratchet bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, when it comes, you know, have him reading and stuff on, you know, and you know the stuff he's going to be reading is going to be pro-black stuff. So it's like, these are things that now black mothers who have children and they're looking at YouTube, she can tell them, no, I want y'all looking at this channel right here because I know it ain't going to be no bullshit. There's going to be some real righteous shit, good imagery for my black children to see other black faces, and they're not bati or they're not ghetto and ignorant. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit that's, you know what I'm saying, presentable. So I said that's a good idea because we don't have shit. And that's how we have to look at it as a people. We don't have shit. You can put a list of things right now. We need an economy. We know that. But you can put a list of things and say to yourself, okay, what is it that we need to do? We need a grocery store. We needed this. We needed that. We needed that. We needed this. All of that shit we need. So guess what? Pick one. I guarantee you may not have a black grocery store in your neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not like you're going to open one up and take another black grocery store down. No, you're probably going to be the first black grocery store in your neighborhood in the last 50 years. You know what I'm saying, Smoke? So it's like...
that's real. That's definitely real.
You got to start fronting. Utensils, forks, spoons, plates, knives, all that shit. Because, see, once we're able to develop shit like that, then you open up that black family dollar store. Black family dollar. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think that'll be dope. Black family dollar.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We need everything, so shit, family dollars, fucking whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. So
the next question is always that too. Okay, where do I sell my shit? You sell your shit to everybody. It don't matter the race of the person you're selling your shit to. That's another thing I keep hearing black people say. Well, we can't just rely just on black people. We need that white back. Nigga, we talking about business. Ain't nobody saying not to sell to no other race. We just saying that we're black first. We're black first. This is to hire black people. This is to have product to sell to black people and other people. This is a business that donates back to the community. donates to the local school, all of that benefit. That way, when these local kids now, guess what? Summertime comes, I need a job. Guess what? I can hire this school kid. You see what I'm saying? It all works hand in hand. The school kids now, they work, they get a little check. Guess what they're not doing? Kicking in your fucking door. Now you raise a generation of kids now who now familiar with summer jobs again. So when it comes to summer jobs, guess what? I'm not even thinking thuggery because I got money. So now I could get the money and I could do studio time. I don't got to sell drugs. Now what I rap about could be different. If I don't get into rapping, I could use the money to now invest in my stocks. More options, all because of these decisions being made. More options now. But when you don't do nothing, you don't compete, you don't come up with no plan, you don't do anything, then the only thing left you have to do is complain. And then the two complaints is called racism and white supremacy. Racism meaning I want to be treated like the people that oppress my people. I want to be treated the same way as the white workforce. And white supremacy, which is saying that white people are supreme, white people have benefits, white people to being white people have privilege. It's a privilege to be white. It's a higher ranking, and I don't have any of that because I'm black. And because I'm black, I too want the same rights and privileges that white people have. So I want to be treated just like white people, and I want the privileges of white people. That's what I want as a black person. That's crazy as fuck. And that's only the mind frame of somebody who don't want more for themselves, in my opinion. What do you got to say about that, Smoke, before we close out?
I mean, shit, you hit the nail on the head, man. I mean, it pretty much is a process, you know what I'm saying? And once we're able to set a foundation, then we're able to see the effects that it will have on everything else in the community, you know what I'm saying? Most importantly, the kids who going to bring that into the future and grow up with it instead of being like, well, I can speak for myself, you know what I mean, somebody who caught on that halfway through their life, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you hit it on the head, man.
All right. In Black America Radio, you check us out on the Facebook, in Black.America, the Twitter, in Black America 7, the YouTube page, in Black America Radio. Subscribe, like, share, you know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend, and all of that good shit, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, and just to let you know, this show ain't no